Today, on Be Something Wonderful, if you still haven't shifted to your new reality, this will do it. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. Powerful video this morning. I want to talk about this client I talked with yesterday, really frustrated with reality, frustrated with their life, frustrated that they haven't shifted realities yet, frustrated that their life hasn't changed. And we got into a big discussion about this. And I received an email from him later that day where she says apparently that she has really shifted. So this is good. I want to talk about the conversation we had. Remember, nothing or no thing comes to you. It comes from you. It comes from within you. I had this sense that she was waiting for something out there to change, to see signs that she has shifted identities, to see signs that her reality has changed. And remember, your reality, you're the sign, you're the bridge, you're all of it. So signs don't precede, they follow. That's what Neville Goddard meant, that they're all within you. You determine the shift. Remember, you exist in all realities, all identities, all memories, all images right now. So you determine which one you're going to dwell in or live in or experience or manifest, in other words, right? God, the universe, all that is, the quantum field, infinite intelligence, can't give you what you don't give yourself. Can't give you what you deny yourself. This is a quote from Deep Space Nine, the Star Trek episode, Emissary, which I've talked about many times in many videos, where we talk about the idea that it's not linear. And this is the light beings who were talking to Cisco, who said, remember, Commander Cisco was put in charge of the Starfleet DS9, Deep Space Nine, and by Captain Picard, who he had a grievance with, right? Captain Picard, the captain of the Enterprise, attacked a Starfleet that he was a commander on, and killed his wife and killed others on board. But he authorized that attack because he was under Borg control. He wasn't in his right mind. But Captain Cisco holds him responsible for his wife dying, his wife being killed on that starship. And so Captain Cisco continues to relive that memory of him being on that ship that day with his wife under attack, with his wife dying, and continues to hold the grievance with Captain Picard, who now assigned him to DS9 to help the Bajorians, another civilization, to help them find their orb. Big story. You can watch the clip. I will try to find a clip and put it in the description as well. The It's Not Linear clip, which is very powerful. But finally, that the light had the power, these light beings had the power to show glimpses of the past. And so what was happening is Captain Cisco kept returning to the ship, kept returning to the memory as he was telling the light beings about the value of linear time, using baseball as an example, right? Telling them the value of how humans and linear time and emotions, and how that's all the human experience of linear time. During that time, he kept going back to that, remembering that time where his wife was under attack, where his wife got killed, where the ship was under attack and his wife got killed. And he said to the light beings, "Why do you bring me here?" And they said, we don't bring you here. Hear this. You bring us here. You exist here. That's powerful. That's like your I am awareness saying, we don't bring you there. You bring yourself there by what you're focusing on. He was living and existing in the memory of the past, in the hurt, in the loss of his wife, in the grievance against Picard. And he said, well, then take me anywhere else but here. And they can't and then the light beings say, we cannot give you what you deny yourself. Look for solutions within. The light can't bring him anywhere. He's the one bringing himself there. He's existing in that memory, right? They're just standing in there knowing. They're standing in the light. The light was responding to Sisko's plea. His plea was, then give me the power to lead you somewhere else, anywhere else. Because the light beings say, you bring us here. And he says, well, then give me the power to bring you somewhere else. But they don't have that power. The power is within you, right? That light is your light. Their power is your power. Or you can only receive what you give yourself, right? If you keep denying yourself, you can't receive it. That's powerful. And they say to him, you exist here. It's not linear. Finally, he breaks down and agrees it's not linear. Here he is, giving them a lesson in linear time, in the idea of loss, in all of this idea that you can lose things, that you can not know the future, right? And all of this, right? And here he is getting his own lesson that you exist here. In fact, you exist in all memories. You exist in all images. You exist in all identities. You exist in all realities. It's our constant judgment to say some things are good and some are bad, and we want to block out the bad ones and hold on to the good ones. But what you really want to do is integrate all of it into your awareness that you are all of it. And so your linear experience is about choosing what part of all that is that you want to experience, knowing that you're all of it, not judging all of it, not judging any of it, not saying that some is good or some is bad. This is powerful today, right? Remember, fulfillment is not linear. That's what I love about this Deep Space Nine episode. I will find that clip and put that in there. In other words, that's what the light beings are saying, really. Fulfillment's not linear. You exist as fulfillment in all realities, right? They didn't get that. They were really perplexed by this idea of how we valued linear time so much. The ignorance of not knowing, right? It's here and now, or it doesn't exist at all, and non-existence is impossible. Just the non-existence doesn't exist because it's non-existence. So fulfillment is not linear. It's here and now or doesn't exist at all. And non-existence is impossible. The light is showing Sisko, Commander Sisko, the simultaneity of fulfillment in reality. That it's all simultaneous. That you exist in all realities, all identities, all images, all memories, all experiences now. But where you choose to live is your decision. You exist in all of them, but where you choose to exist or live or experience is your decision, because it's not linear, right? There's no potential in linear time. Fulfillment is always here and now in the eternal present. All potential is now, I am. We believe potential exists in linear time, in the future, but it's all now. You are all potential. That's powerful. And there's a scene where Sisko and Dax, they go through a wormhole and land on some unknown planet. It doesn't say. Sisko steps out of the spacecraft and only sees a stormy, dark land with clouds and storms, while Dax steps out and sees a light, beautiful land, beautiful planet with sunshine and flowers and beauty. What's the difference? You create your experience of reality, all of it. That's a beautiful demonstration of you see what you want to see, who and what you're assuming that you are in your relationship to the world. That's going to be your experience, your linear experience. As Sisko explains the value, and so we go on in this Deep Space Nine episode, he was explaining the value of the linear experience or linear time to the light beings, giving them an example of baseball, ideas such as loss. And again, the light beings find this idea of loss in linear time inconceivable, how we can value it, how we can hold on to it. The light responds, you value your ignorance of what is to come? What a powerful statement. Because yes, we're still surprised and delighted at having the linear experience, but that should be with the knowing that everything's unfolding perfectly for you, that you are eternal, that nothing can go wrong, right? That's really the benefit of the linear experience. That's why the light beings say, you value your ignorance of what is to come. We don't know if we're going to be fulfilled or not fulfilled. But the light being is saying you're already fulfilled, right? So all potential, all possibilities, all outcomes already exist within you right now. Play the game of choosing which one you choose to know experientially without attachment to any of them. Do you see it? You don't get attached to any of them. Value the game that you play in linear time, not the outcomes, right? That you're an infinite being that gets to choose what part of your infiniteness that you want to experience. That's the whole nature. It's fulfillment, deciding what part of that fulfillment you want to experience physically. That's powerful. Pain, suffering, loss, non-fulfillment is only possible when you believe reality is linear and fragmented versus the simultaneity of all that isness of who you really are. That can only be possible when you're not integrating reality, when you're not integrating all memories, all images, all experiences, all identities, and you're trying to hold on to what you judge as the good ones and block out the bad ones or let those go or try not to remember it, just as Cisco was trying to do, right? But kept going back to that ship, was existing in that memory, right? Fulfillment is linear, in linear time is an experience. It's not reality, right? Of that greater fulfillment in reality. So fulfillment in linear time is an experience of that greater fulfillment reality that you always exist in, that never changes. That's what enlightenment is. Enlightenment means to live and exist in all memories, all images, all realities, all identities, while not identifying or being attached to any of them as who you are. To live and exist simultaneously in the simultaneity of the light and oneness of reality, while knowing it experientially through your linear and physical experience. That's what enlightenment is, right? To live and exist in that simultaneous reality of light and oneness of who you are, while knowing it experientially, knowing it physically through your linear and physical existence or experience. Enlightenment is integrating your split mind, right? We split our mind between these linear events and fragment our perception. When the true perception is that simultaneity of who you really are, the true knowing, right? So remember Dr. Joe Dispenza, I've used this quote in other videos. If an atom is 99.99999% energy and 0.00001% physical substance, then you're actually more nothing than something. Actually, you're more potential to be all things. You're all potential. Do you see it? That's our 1% view, our linear view, but we're actually all potential. We're all potential because even that less than 0.1% of physical manifested reality is changing in every moment. So you're really 100% potential, even though 99.9999% is unseen and 0.0001% is seen. You're actually all potential, changing in every moment, even that linear experience. So you really are 100% pure potential. It's your focus and attachment to the less than 0.1% manifested reality that keeps your fulfillment in the future, that keeps you in this perpetual state. I think I'm fulfilled, now I'm not fulfilled, right? So to change, this is what Dr. Joe Dispenza says, you must be greater than all things physical in your life. You must be greater than time and space and physical manifested reality and your body and everything else because you are greater than it. That's what Dr. Joe was saying there. I've used this in many videos. Remember, fulfillment is not linear. It's reality. If you measure or seek fulfillment by and in, measure it by and seek it in the linear physical manifested experience, you spend your life unfulfilled, chasing fulfillment. Right here you are, you're actually all reality. But that less than 0.1% is either wanted and you want more of something else, or it's unwanted and you want something else. Hear it. Either what your experience is wanted, it's okay, but you want to experience something else now, or it's unwanted and you want something else. All of it, though, with the linear view. So it's okay to want, to want and desire, but do it from the knowing that you are already all things. Do you see it? There's the more than 99.9, there's the less than 0.1%. You exist everywhere as everything all at once. Where you choose to live is determined by your awareness, by your focus, by your thoughts, by your assumptions, by your beliefs that form your linear experience of all that you are. So you get to choose where you exist or live. Remember, I've talked about a client that used to have that mantra, I don't live there anymore, when she would see a reality that wasn't what she desired anymore. I just don't live there anymore. I don't exist there anymore. You exist in all realities, but you're deciding not to put your awareness on that, to call forth another linear experience. Remember, that's the whole point of this Deep Space Nine episode, that it's not linear. Commander Sisko was choosing to live on that ship where his wife died and where he was under attack. Going back to that memory, going back to that image, recreating it in that moment, because it's just potential otherwise, right? Otherwise, unless you relive it now, in the now moment. It's not past when you're remembering it. You're creating it in that moment. It doesn't exist other than you remembering it. That's why I use that Solaris episode as well, that Solaris movie. I remembered it wrong. Somehow I was wrong about everything. You're remembering it wrong when you're looking at one perception, one experience, and not integrating that into the wholeness of who you are. That's one experience, one reality, one existence within the multidimensional you. That's powerful. Remember, it's not linear, means you exist simultaneous everywhere. Therefore, you can exist anywhere. And that's the gift of the linear experience. Fulfillment just is. Hear it again. It's not linear means you exist simultaneously everywhere. And therefore, you can exist anywhere. That's the gift of the linear experience that fulfillment just is. Very powerful today. So try this. I've talked about this in other videos, maybe about a year ago or so. Shift now to your new reality and identity. We kind of stepped through this yesterday, as well as many other things. Identify your new identity or reality, your desired outcome, your wish fulfilled. You do that anyway. Then relax, either in an alpha state, just a very relaxed state, right, slowing things down, or a state akin to sleep that Neville Goddard talks about. The sleep where you're drowsy, you're almost ready to go off to sleep. Then affirm and rest in just your I amness. Just be aware of your awareness. Be aware that you're aware. Let all the thoughts and feelings and anything else be there. Let them come and go without doing anything with anything. That's what a lot of spiritual teachers call the 0 point zone, or that point where you're just resting in that awareness. Right? I think some of you called it the void, but I don't like that word. Void sounds like nothing. We're talking. This is where everything is. This is where your I amness is. It's that 0 point, though. You're not conditioning it. You're not trying to make something happen. You're just resting in that I am awareness that you are. Don't do or don't do anything. Don't try not to do anything and don't do anything. Just be. Right? Just be. Just relax in your awareness of being. Then imagine or see or assume your new identity. If you have trouble imagining it, just rest in the assumption of it if you can't see it. Remember, every image that you get is received anyway, right? Because it's received within your awareness, right? It's you, it's the higher you. So just allow that new identity and reality and outcome. Feel the fulfillment and gratitude of it. See it, right? Imagine it. Right? Assume it, then enter it. Enter the reality. Occupy that version of you that you're seeing now, that you're looking at, that you're assuming exists. Occupy that version of you. Be it. Decide. Have that anomalous burst of energy that says, I am that I am now. I am that identity that I assume and imagine myself to be right now. Then rest in that end, no matter what. Rest in that fulfillment now. It's not linear. It's not linear. See, interact with, respond from that new identity and reality as that new identity and reality. See all events while following the script of the current physical manifested reality. Because some of you will say, well, but it still looks like the old reality. What do I say when someone says something to me? What do I do when this? Remember, do or say whatever you want from the knowing that you're that new identity, that new reality. Start acting, responding as that new you because you are it. So it doesn't matter what you do or don't do. Follow the script. If the script is calling for something, as you put in that new film role, as we've talked about, right? As you occupy that new identity, reality, 3D reality yields to that because you are 3D reality. It's always changing. That's how you do it, right? If you still haven't shifted to your new reality, this will do it. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for liking and sharing and commenting on our videos. Thank you for being part of our Facebook group, the Be Something Wonderful Ambassadors, at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful, for joining us on Instagram and Twitter, at Tom Kearin, for being part of our membership channel. We released 2 big videos over the last week or so, plus a live stream. So 3 videos in all, new on the membership channel. Check it out if you've missed any of them. If you're a member, check them out now. If you're not a member, there's a link below and you can investigate the membership channel. Creators, with great love, with great light and infinite gratitude, this is Tom with the Be Something Wonderful studios here in Las Vegas. Until next time, we'll see you soon.